Goodwill Bins. This is Goodwill outlet in Denver. Looks pretty crowded. Maybe that's a good sign. All right, I started in the hard goods section just to see if there was anything worth picking up. Nothing was really catching my eye. Then I went to the shoes. I did find a pair, not a pair, I found a Croc that I couldn't find the matching pair of. So I kept looking for some good stuff. I figured if I couldn't find anything here, I would head over to the clothes next. The suitcases were empty. So I headed over to the clothes because they were getting ready to make a change of the bins. As you can see, everybody has to back away from the bins, stand behind a line, and then they say, go. Okay, I'm gonna share my Goodwill Bins outlet haul. And I only went for about an hour and a half, 2 hours yesterday, but I had a lot of good finds. And there were a few things I put back that I probably should have kept, and a few things I got that maybe I shouldn't have. But I had lost track of time. That happens at the Goodwill bins. And I had to make some decisions before actually having time to look things up like I normally would like to. So I'm going to go over some of the stuff that we found, though. I'm still really thrilled with a lot of the things that I found. And this was a different bins location than I had ever been to before. It was definitely more crowded and there were lots of competition. Let's just say, when it was time for a new bins change, like people were chomping at the bit. So it was a different experience than I have had at the other location I've been to. But let's get to it. All right, so first up, I was actually hoping that this would be my size because I have an event to go to this weekend and I think this would be so cute for Valentine's Day. This is a Guess dress. I don't know if you can see it. It's a mid-length dress. It's got some nice sparkle to it, and it is a really thick fabric. So I feel like you could wear this almost any time of year and make it work, even though it is kind of that halter top. But let's see, I think it's a size 4. Oh, yes, it is. I wish I was a size 4, but I'm not. I think I'm going to probably end up listing this between $40 and $50. Okay, next we have, this is Vineyard Vines, which I have purchased before, and I saw the cute little whale. Anyway, they just seem to have really nice material. Like, this is just super soft. It's a 3/4 zip. It's got the little kangaroo pouch, and it just looks super comfortable. It is a size small, and it's 62% cotton. I think that I'm probably going to be able to get about $25, or I will list this for about $25. All right, next, this is one I didn't have a chance to look up, but I was just taking a chance on it because of the linen texture and also the fact that it is an extra large, which sells better. But this is a cute dress, just perfect for spring or summer, which is actually right around the corner. And it is in that popular kind of olive green color. This neutrally color is really in right now. So I did wash this and let it air dry overnight. And let's see, I can't remember if it's 100% linen or not. Let's see. It is 55% linen, 45% rayon. But I just think that this would be a great closet staple for anybody. And again, I would keep it if it were my size. It's probably going to be a little bit too big for me, but I think somebody will absolutely love to have that in their closet. Okay, another item I got. This is going to be cute for summer too. This is a little, it's shorts, a little jumpsuit that you can layer here, and it's from Aerie. This is, I believe it's a size medium. So I thought this was almost a kid's. I'm like, is this a kid's size medium? They just make clothes so small because I'm a medium, but somehow I can't even fathom this fitting me. But I do think that, again, this will be something somebody might love to wear for spring or summer. And it's got the fringe shorts on the bottom, and of course a brand name that is pretty popular. I'm thinking I will probably be able to list this for about $20 to $25 as well. Okay, this might have been my most exciting find of the day, and I almost couldn't believe it. It was right before I was knew I had to get ready to leave, and I feel like somebody put it back, like it was just sitting on top of the bin. So I'm like, did somebody just throw this back on top of the bin? Because there's no way this would be sitting there. So this is a Burberry top, and it's just kind of one of their basic, you can see it's got the little embroidered logo there, and it's got their popular plaid pattern here. I can't remember what that's called. And so I was like, oh, maybe it's a fake. If you watched my Battle of the Bins, you realize I got a Celine shirt that ended up being a fake. And so I was really nervous. I'm like, oh, this is probably a fake. So I took it back to my cart, and I took pictures of the tag and close-up of the actual fabric and of the logo and of the interior tag. And I asked ChatGPT if this was a fake, and it said it was not. I even tried another AI service that I like to use to check things, and it said it was a legit Burberry. So I was really pleased to find that out. This is a shirt. It is actually a men's shirt, but women could totally wear this shirt. I feel like it's probably a men's small, maybe a men's medium. It's got to be a men's small because it looks like a woman's large, maybe medium or large. It doesn't look that big, but it has a very strong scent to it. Like, I don't know. I washed it, and it still has a scent to it, and it's not a bad scent. Like, you can tell whoever owned this shirt wore perfume or cologne that was really nice and clean smelling, and somehow it's stayed with the fabric. But I do plan on listing this probably for about $35. So it's not worth as much as I thought it might be when I saw the brand, but I'm still really excited for this find. Okay, this was a style-based piece that I picked up. I knew that this brand wasn't anything I had really heard of before. 7th Avenue. That's what it's called, 7th Avenue. This is a size large, so that was a good size. And this is a zip-up hoodie, but it's got this beautiful white embroidery detail all down the sides, even on the pockets here. Sorry, I should have zipped this to show it a little better, but on the pockets, down the sleeve, and even on the hood. So it just has so many really pretty details that I think I'll be able to sell this pretty quickly, and probably for about $25 would be my guess. So that one was really cute and a style-based pickup. Next is one I also just was like, I'm just going to get it and hope that I'm making a good choice based on the feel of the fabric. So this is a men's shirt, a button-up shirt, short sleeve, and it is by Junk Food Clothing out of Los Angeles. It is an extra, extra large, made in Bangladesh, but it's got this really cool lightweight fabric that is textured. I can't even describe it, but it's really different and unique. It almost reminds me of a bowling shirt, but you could just tell that the fabric is super cool. So I looked it up, and luckily I made a good choice on this one. I should be able to list this for about $30. So this is a nice brand. All right, let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and do this one next. This one was also a style-based pickup. I have never heard of this brand, Dolls Kill. So it is a 2X. I feel like I could wear it even as a medium, but it's almost like a see-through shirt, so it would be good for layering. But look it's got these green and pink skull faces with those wild eyeballs. At first I thought, well, maybe I should just hang on to this and try to sell it at Halloween time. But I think that there's some people out there that could want this year round, so I don't think there's any reason to wait to list it. It's just super unique. And again, the fact that it's sheer and good for layering, I do think that it should probably sell quickly. I'm still debating on what I should list it at, but I think I might try to get $25 to $30 for it. If I have to lower the price, I will. But it was this shirt was so lightweight that it probably cost me $1. And I think that, I think it'll sell quickly. And I did wash it last night and now it smells really good. All right, let's see. Oh, so I learned from my last trip to not ignore the scarves. So I actually haven't looked this one up yet. I still need to look it up and see what it's worth. So I'm going to show you, but I don't have the details on it quite yet. But this is definitely a silk scarf. It does not have a tag that says silk, but I can feel that it is silk. And the designer name is right there. So Adrienne Landau Studio. I'm going to have to look this up. Again, this probably cost me $0.25, something like that. And it's just a beautiful, I mean, even if that was no designer name, the fact that it is silk and this pretty style, it could be something that somebody could wear in their hair. It could be something that they tie on a purse. I just think that it is an absolutely beautiful scarf. And I'll have to look it up before I decide on the final price for that one. All right, what else do we have here? This was one I knew I was taking a risk on because I didn't know the brand and I didn't have time to look it up. But this is a long maxi dress. The brand is Dip. And it is an extra large. So that was one of the things that I thought, well, okay, it's worth it to take the risk because it's an extra large. It's full length maxi. It's got the cute ruffle hem at the bottom. And it has kind of just that loose, comfortable feel to it. And the fabric is really nice too. It also has pockets. I mean, I love me a pocket in a dress. So I do think that I washed this last night and I think that I should be able to list this and have it sold for spring or summer, probably for around $28, $29. All right, what do we have here? Oh, that's from a previous one. Okay, sorry, I got some stuff mixed up. All right, this one I knew was probably not worth much. I didn't look it up because I actually kind of liked it for me. I have something coming up that I might want to wear this for, but this is a dress from the Gap. It has this cute heart pattern to it, and with it being February and almost Valentine's Day, I just thought that it might be cute. I like the cinched waist. That's good for my figure to have the cinched waist, so almost a little bit of fit and flare on this dress, and it's just like a soft material. So I actually got this more for me. If it doesn't work out for me, I'll sell it, or maybe I'll wear it and then sell it. But I'll probably only be able to get $15 to $20 for this Gap dress, but I think it's really cute. Okay, next is this jacket. It looked vintage to me. You know how certain tags just pop out as vintage? You'll have to tell me, have you heard of White Stag before? I hadn't heard of that before. This is an XL. Again, another reason why I was like, all right, when I'm needing to run out the door, I'm like, all right, I'll take a chance on it. It had some things going for it. It's an extra large, vintage looking tag. And this material, I don't know if you can see, it has like a really pretty rose gold sparkle to it. And it just felt like a nice jacket. So I think as long as it turns out that the brand White Stag isn't anything special, but the fact that it has that pretty sheen to it, I think I'm going to be able to stack this based on aesthetics. Like this would be super cute on the ski slopes on a sunny day. And I think any gal would love to be this sparkly under the sun while you're skiing down the slopes. So I do think I might be able to get about $30 for it. I was hoping for more, but I think 30 will help me have a pretty quick turnaround on it. All right. Just a couple more things here. All right. I always want to take a look at jerseys because people love their sports, including me. And the Super Bowl is in just a few days. Hopefully I'll get this video out before the Super Bowl. But yeah, people love their sports, and they love college. They love NFL, especially, yeah, all the football, right? So I found this jersey. This is a LSU jersey. And I couldn't tell, like it looked different to me, like not your typical fan jersey. But I also knew that it didn't look like a player worn jersey. So it does have a name on it, the number 9, and then it has this really cool patch. This 125 seasons at LSU. It does have the SEC patch there. And then when I was looking all this up, I took pictures of all these things for AI. But so it is a Nike and it is an extra large. And so, yeah, I looked it up and it turns out that this was a specialty made fan jersey from, I think, 2019. It was back when Joe Burrow was at LSU. So when I list this, I'll actually probably use his name in regards to the time of when this player played. So I think I should be able to get about $45, $50 for this jersey. So that was a good find. All right, I picked up a jacket. I am in Colorado. Jackets are in need still in February here, and actually most of the East Coast. It's actually been really, really nice here in Colorado, and I feel terrible when I watch the news, and it's freezing everywhere else. You'll have to tell me what the temperature is where you are. I feel so bad for all the people who are trapped under ice, and we're out here complaining that it's too hot for winter. Like I can't wear all my winter clothes because it's too warm. All right, so this is a Jerry jacket. It's kind of a mid to low level brand for winter wear, but I did like the fact that it had the pink interior accent, the pink zipper pulls. It just feels like a nice kind of core jacket for somebody. It is a size small, so that might be a little bit harder to sell, but I went ahead and picked it up anyway. I do think I should be able to list this for about $35 to $40. All right, I think this is the last thing. I might have a few things that might still be laying around that I got that I can't remember that I got yesterday, but I did only spend $35, so this does seem like a lot for $35, right? Okay, so this next item is inside out. All right. Again, I wasn't totally sure of the value when I left, but it's lightweight, so I took a risk on it. So this is a North Face flash dry. Try to show you. Flash dry tank. You can tell it's like a exercise workout tank. This would be great for hiking on a sunny day. It does have breathable holes here in the back and the North Face logo right here. And the only thing is I don't know what the size is. Take a look at this tag. It has washed out or worn off. So I'm going to have to do some research when I measure this to see what size it is. I'm going to guess it's a small, maybe, yeah, probably a small. I'm going to guess it's a small, but based on the research so far, I should be able to list this for about $25. So nothing crazy yesterday at the bins. No big wow products that were worth over $100. But I did take a picture of some pants that I ended up putting back. But I took a picture of them, so then on the way home, I decided to do some research on them. They were a very large size, majorly oversized pants, but they were jeans, denim, and they had these really pretty embroidery things at the bottom. But there was a grass stain on the knee, and so I thought, I don't know if I can get that grass stain out. I know there's videos on how to get all the stains out, but I didn't have time to research the pants to see if it was going to be worth the time to try to get the pants stain out. And again, with the size being a really large size, I also knew that even though larger sizes are great to pick up, this was such a large size, I wasn't sure. And also because of the large size, the fabric was a lot, and so it was going to cost a little bit more money. Just a minute, Rose. Just a minute.
Just really quick.
What is this?
It's whipped cream.
Okay, Rosalie, my daughter, made. Very good.
It's Asian whipped cream.
Asian whipped cream. Okay, so on that note, I put the pants back, but it was nagging at me, like, should I have gotten those pants? And I looked it up, and I could have listed them for $125, so I should have picked them up. But lesson learned to maybe set alarms on your phone so that you're paying attention to what time you have to leave. I had to go pick her up from school, and so I didn't have time to make any choices. I had to just hurry up and take a gamble. And again, at the bins, I don't feel all that bad risking a few things, especially when they're lightweight things, because if it's not going to be something that's worthwhile listing, then I can always donate it back to one of my local thrift stores. So again, it's kind of a gamble sometimes if you don't have the time to look stuff up, but I am really trying to make an effort to not pick up too much, because the shopping part is the fun part for me. It's the washing, the ironing, or the steaming, and the photo taking, and the listing that takes all this time. And I've really decided that if it's not going to be an item that I can list for $20 or more, it's just not likely going to be worth my time. It's just too big of a time commitment to do all the other pieces. And I'm still, as a newbie, trying to learn processes to help speed things up. I do feel like I probably take way too long on pictures, way too long on the listing words and descriptions, because I really want the items to sell. So anywho, that was my haul from yesterday. Thanks for watching. And if you haven't already, please subscribe.